was a time when Robotropolis was beautiful. It was then a peaceful city known as Mobotropolis.
Narration.
It was then a peaceful city known as Mobotropolis.
Looks more like Tenochtitlan to me.
The evil Dr. Robotnik used his technology.
Is Robotnik controlling that ship with his mind or something?
But just after my children were born, the evil Dr. Robotnik used his technology to turn our world into a place of terror.
Looks like you shouldn't have made your pregnancy public, madam.
But just after my children were born, the evil Dr. Robotnik used his technology to turn our world into a place of terror.
Wait a minute. In SatAM, Robotnik took over Mobius when Sonic was 15. You're telling me that in this SatAM reboot, if it can even be called that Robotnik, a mere 5 minutes after Sonic was born, took over the whole planet?
Into a place
Also, where's the military
terror.
during all this mess? Or was Mobius just so peachy that there was no need for a military?
The evil Dr. Robotnik used his technology.
Doctor by education, doctor of medicine, or is it just self-proclaimed?
It was then a peaceful city known as Mobotropolis. But just after my children were born, the evil Dr. Robotnik used his technology to turn our world into a place of terror.
How's about you stop pausing your speech for dramatic effect and tell us the story? This is a Sonic cartoon, after all. I understand the need for symbolization, but I refuse to believe that simply flying over a water fountain will make it stop and tip over like acid affected the steel. Is this the SatAM continuity? If so, then who's behind the mic?
As the source of Robotnik's money, the aristocrats were left to play.
The rich people
While
find
our
thine enemy
people were
cliché.
roboticized. While our people were roboticized.
That one guy looks awful happy to be
became
roboticized.
slaves.
We interrupt the first episode of Sonic Underground to bring you the Darkopolis ritual scene from Scooby-Doo.
Delphius revealed
Bats. Because bats make everything scary. Unless they're sexualized.
the Oracle of Delphius.
Someday you will reunite with your children to become the Council of Four and overthrow Robotnik. But there is a price, your highness.
Wait a minute!
Triplets born, the throne awaits. A seer warns of a deadly fate. Give up your children, separate. Bide your time, lie in wait.
That's the deadly fate? So if Alina gives up her children, they get to live, but if not, they die? This is literally all that's said about the prophecy. There's no explanation as to what would happen if Alina stayed with her kids. We have to assume that they would be killed because the Oracle sang the theme song?
For the prophecy to be fulfilled, I had to give up my babies.
What you got against the babies?
I had to give up my babies.
Wait a minute! You're actually gonna believe that alligator that the best way to overthrow the fat man is to separate from your kids? Wouldn't the best way to overthrow him is to head somewhere secret, say Angel Island, and live there in isolation whilst training them?
I had to give up my babies.
Why not just leave them with the dad?
For the
Why
prophecy
is
to
Alina
be
rubbing Sonny's
fulfilled,
eye? Does she have some strange Mobian disease where rubbing an eye is the cure?
babies.
This is completely wrong. You leave babies at orphanages, fire stations, or cathedrals. Instead, she left them at 3 separate locations where there is no guarantee of them surviving the night. Keep a close watch on this scene. She enters with Sonya, and no basket. 5 seconds later, there's a basket. Alina did not ring the doorbell. With that quick response, Lady Windermere could have seen Alina. But for plot, the queen is nowhere to be seen.
Huh?
Why are you looking at the sky? It's not like packages come from the sky or anything like that. What even are you? Now, what are you? Sonic's father looks straight down from when the door opens. Unless you're expecting a package, since when is someone going to look down immediately? Oh no! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! Sonic has been able to run fast since infancy, apparently. Wow. You're gonna leave Manic in the ghetto. Classy. Just classy. If you think the rats in New York are bad... Who steals an infant? Are you going to look to your left or not? Manic's head was visible when the rat took him. Now, he's covered. In short, the girl was left in the upper class, the protagonist was left in the middle class, and the remaining one was left and stolen in the lower class. Classist sexist much? Fast forward 10 years later? Manic has his ear pierced? At 10? Then again, is it double skin or double cartilage? If I had drumsticks, I wouldn't be using a bench. I'd be using anything I can and tear that shit up.
What? Have you been studying your lessons, Manic?
Thieves have lessons.
Well then.
Maybe the criminals from Law & Order SVU should enroll in Farrell's study program.
Oh my! Where is my wallet?
Thieves don't reveal they stole something right in front of the person they stole said item from.
As a reward?
Maybe real-life criminals should enroll in Farrell's program so the police can catch them quicker.
Well done, lad. You're a good boy, a wonderful student.
He's not a good student if he's telling you 2 seconds after you question him whether or not he stole your wallet. Stealing the reward. An oxymoron at its finest.
Reppin' sticks, man.
Where are the pair of drumsticks you put in your fanny pack? Man, he went from 0 to 60 in no time flat.
Get the finest, my
Thanks, Farrell.
Always get the finest, my boy.
By which means?
Sonia, no!
Maybe you should watch where she's going.
Instantly. Sonia, no! Come down from there instantly.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you should have broken legs.
Gracious child.
Those are not the notes she's playing.
Meow, may I go out and play?
Play with
Of
who?
course,
Or
my
with
dear.
what? As we saw, your home is surrounded by nothingness. That ain't no piano. Hey look, the moon's hole.
Come on, Sonic.
Ah.
Back time.
So Sonic's acrophobia is all Alina's fault for putting him where he is.
I thought I said no
That
running in the
explains so much.
No bath!
Sonic Hedgehog, I thought I said no revving in the house.
No, no, no. Pac-Man revs. Sonic runs. Get your facts straight.
Sonic Hedgehog. I
Also,
thought I said
Sonic
no
Hedgehog?
revving in the house.
That's the name of the genome, not the protagonist.
Well, then I guess I'll just have to eat all those chili dogs by myself.
Wait, how did his love for chili dogs come into play?
The children grow and learn what's right.
Oh, that explains a lot. This just got dark.
Sonic, listen to me. Run as fast as you can to Uncle Chuck's.
Uncle
Don't stop,
Chuck!
don't look back.
Uncle Chuck!
What about you?
Hold up a minute. How are their names given to them? If Alina gave them their names, then there would have to be a note attached saying, "My name is Sonic," for example. If not, did the adoptive parents pick the names? And if so, how did Alina know their names during their travels? Did the Oracle have dinner with her 3 months after she gave them up and say, "They named your kids Sonic, Sonia, and Manic"? And also, what's the link between Uncle Chuck and Queen Alina? And how do they know Uncle Chuck? Outside the house in this shot, inside the house in the next shot.
Citizen, you are under arrest.
What exactly did they do?
Okay, Sonic. But you know what I need to see? The
Okay,
biggest rev
I can
you've ever
understand
done.
taking the parents into custody if they were, say, freedom fighters.
Sure do, pal.
I get that.
Let's see.
But is burning the house down necessary? The ship containing the SWAT bots is gone before Sonic, a character who can run at literally supersonic speed, appears on the screen. What did your father just say? On a side note, the homeless people of Robius can all have a campfire at the creepy couple's house tonight. It's not as if we couldn't tell that the fire wasn't bad enough.
Johnny!
How long was the time difference from the beginning to the end of the commercial break? It couldn't have been immediately, because Uncle Chuck was nowhere to be seen before the break. Then again, it couldn't have been the standard 3.5 minutes, because as we later see, Uncle Chuck's hideout is somewhere in Robotropolis. A good maybe 30-minute walk from this cabin in the forest.
It's gonna be all right, Johnny boy. It'll take all your speed to get through that prototype shield Robotnik's putting up, Sonny.
No problemo, Uncle Chuck. Fast as my
How much time has elapsed? 5 years? The infamous guitar riff. This is one thing I have a problem with throughout the whole show. See, the riff is heard one way, but it's being played another. Here in the US, Child Protective Services would have a field day with Uncle Chuck.
No problemo, Uncle Chuck. Fast is my middle name.
No, your middle name is Lee.
Yeah, what's up with that, Unc? How come I have to be so careful?
Yeah, because if he found out who was taking out all his factories, he'd be hunting you all the time.
Their mouths are like Muppets. Just like Amy in Sonic Boom.
You can't let Robotnik seize you. Keep your speed up.
Yeah, what's up with that, Unc? How come I have to be so careful?
For the sake of filler, let me ask this question that the answer I've known for years can be explained to the clueless audience.
Because if he found out who was taking out all his factories, he'd be hunting you all the time.
Foreshadowing.
Come on, boy. Whoa, come on, boy. Jelly and jam time.
That's like saying Coke and Pepsi time. There's no difference.
Jam, Unc.
Whoa, come on, boy. Jelly and jam time.
That's juice and jam, Unc.
Oh.
The hipster older generation in a nutshell.
Shield status.
Shields ready, sir.
Good. Activate.
How convenient you're activating the shield just as our hero is about to tear you a new one.
Now, if the Resistance uses their secret weapon, they'll be in for a big surprise.
So, you've known about him for a long time and you haven't figured out who he is? Man, this series could have ended a lot sooner if Robotnik wasn't such a buffoon.
Now, if the Resistance uses their secret weapon, they'll be in for a big surprise.
Animation loop.
You don't have to do this, Jenny.
Got you, Uncle Chuck. If I don't bust through that force field, Robotnik will put them around every factory.
You mean that this is the pilot for the Robotnik Shield program?
See ya.
Trees. Because trees make excellent runway markers. Until they break in half and block said runway.
Prepare to lift off.
Lift off for what? I thought you were in your factory.
Sir, motion sensors detect fast approaching object.
Radar.
Too low, sir.
Can't wait.
If I were you, I'd take this seriously. Rats can't react that quick.
Just a little faster.
Almost there, Sonny. Give it all you got.
What are you trying to do? Break the speed of sound? Shouldn't it be easy for you? Isn't it funny how the camera slows down as it gets closer to the factory? Shouldn't you have taken the medallion off? Aren't you afraid it's gonna strangle you at that high speed?
It destroyed my force field! Nothing can be that fast!
Oh
What is
yes it can, you just saw it!
It destroyed my force field! Nothing can be that fast! What is it?
Dude, calm down. Your robot can do nothing to alleviate your anger. I'm surprised those didn't fall out of the backpack or throw you off balance during your little jog.
Explosives! The factory's going to blow! Lift off military speed! Ugh!
Team Robotnik blasting off again!
Analysis of secret weapon is now complete.
Excellent. Report.
Sensors indicate that the subject is blue, sir.
Blue? That's all?
Yes, sir.
You're cutting bad, Sonny.
I'm curious. Did Sonic collapse right after the incident, or did he collapse after getting back to Uncle Chuck's?
I'm gonna see if I can find a doctor, Sonny.
I thought you lived like rogues.
nothing stupid
Rogues
while
don't
I'm
need
gone, you hear
doctors.
me?
They need time.
Don't you do nothing stupid while I'm gone, you hear me?
The Oracle doesn't even wait for Chuck to get out of the room.
What?
Or is the director trying to speed up time?
Easily remedied.
Silver the Hedgehog 1.0. Let's add one extra sin for this episode reaching 100 sins in the first 9 minutes because I'm just that evil.
I'm wide awake? How'd you do that?
Sonic the Duck Hog.
Who are you?
I am the Oracle of Delphius.
The what of who?
The Oracle of Delphius.
Tell him what he's won, Johnny. Sonic the Hedgehog, you've won a lifetime supply of chili dogs! But let's face it, you'd eat the lifetime supply in a matter of minutes.
Have your attention.
He's not even taking chili dogs from the thing. They're just appearing in his hand.
It is time you.
Also, 3 levels of dogs in this shot, 2 levels of dogs in the next shot.
Now that I have your attention, it is time you found out who you are, Prince Sonic.
Don't trust the radioactive dinosaur Sonic. He might be trying to scam you.
Sonic. Prince Sonic.
Prince? Yeah, I know. I got Unc and the other freedom fighters.
Sonic's voice is not muffled despite the copious amount of food in his mouth.
What? Yeah, I know. I got Unc and the other freedom fighters.
You also have a brother and a sister.
Don't you just hate it when creepy blobs of slime just spring that news on you?
Enter bounty hunters.
Oh, sir, thank
They're
you for
standing
seeing
at
us,
an
sir.
angle,
How may we
but they're
serve
walking
your royal
straight at the
greatness?
camera.
Your wishes.
What I want from you is for you to swear to my service.
Oh, yes, your most powerfulness. We are deeply flattered, but you see, sir, we are independent contractors.
Yeah, we're we work by ourselves.
Did Sleet not just say that?
Silence! From now on, you work for me.
Oh, but sir, we have other...
Don't you just love it when lasers are trying to hit you for no reason?
Then again, perhaps it is time we made a change.
Excellent. I knew you'd see it my way.
Because your way is the right way. Seems like we have a Sheldon Cooper on our hands here.
And I want this is the Freedom Fighter's secret weapon. It has plagued me for over a year. And
It's plagued you for over a year and you haven't figured out who it is?
Understand.
You must be a doctor by claim because you sure do suck at your work.
Consider it...
Sorry about spitting the chili on you, Orc.
Let's see the tape.
You also have a brother and a sister.
What? Sorry about
Chili
spitting
went
chili on you,
off
Orc.
the table, not back onto the
Brother and
table.
a sister. Sorry about spitting the chili on you, Orc. Wow, a brother and a sister. But where are they?
They are close, but to find
One
them,
wipe should have gotten that
you
off,
must sing
not
the
2.
song that is.
A brother and a sister. But where are they?
They are close, but to find them, You must sing the song that is in your heart, young hedgehog.
See, not only am I sinning it for not answering Sonic's question specifically, I'm sinning it because he does this during the whole show.
They are close, but to find them, you must sing the song that is in your heart, young hedgehog.
Don't you just hate it when green elephants just vanish like that?
Nobody ever says what they mean. Hey, whoa, wait.
Where did the chili dogs go?
Nobody ever says what does that mean? Whoa.
Why is the medallion glowing?
Huh?
Before I start this, let me just say that what was supposed to make the series great, in fact, made it terrible. With that said, let's begin. See, the loops of animation used in these music videos are not of them playing the song, but they're just rehashes of clips from the episode itself.
Wait a minute. So this equals this equals this. How?
Hey look, Sonny is Ashley Simpson. Hello, stars can't be green or pink! Did Manic's front quills really fly off his head? Whoa, their heads are giant! On a side note, is that to provide emphasis that the show isn't about Sonny and Manic, but they're trying to make them feel as if they're a part of it? The bloody camera sweeps. No lie, this is a pretty neat solo. Probably one of the best in the series. But here's a question. Why are they not showing it? How's about this? Whenever there's a piece of animation that I don't think flows well with the show, instead of explaining it, I'll just sin it. On with the show. Oh, yes! Thank God that's over! Whew! Now, on with the show.
What was that?
You mean that you had no idea that was happening?
They're out there.
You were right there! Oh wait, was it telepathically? Let's just classify with Don't Let Your Guard Down, Never Easy for Us, and The Fastest Thing Alive because those songs in their forms either didn't happen or couldn't have happened by that logic.
What was that?
Steve Urkel! Steve Urkel! God, that's taxing. I get that the guitar is glowing. It gives Sonic some connection with his siblings. I just don't get why it's glowing. Or how.
How can anything go that fast?
It slows down when it hits that red thing.
Well. Once in a while you do come up with something, don't you?
Sleek would be great at CinemaSins.
Advance to point of contact. Extract image and enlarge. Aha! It's not a machine.
A freeze-framed photo does not mean something is a machine or not.
How can anything go that fast? Advance to point of contact.
I'm just gonna leave this here for you.
Hedgehog? It's a blasted hedgehog?
It could be
Yes,
a
sir.
porcupine
Would you
for all
like
you
us
know.
to-
No! This... Could it be them? If it is, the prophecy.
You kept a tape of the prophecy? Don't you just hate it when alligators come into your bedroom unannounced?
You will listen. One day, Queen Alina and her 3 children will form the Council of 4.
Whenever Queen Alina decides to stop being a wimp.
Tyranny will end. On that day, your reign of tyranny will end.
You're shocked even after the swamp monster came into your bedroom and told you the prophecy? Sure, it may be 15 years later, but still.
Then I...
See, the picture shows Alina with the three as toddlers, but she gave them up as infants. They have no recollection of Queen Alina. Also, since Robotnik placed a price on their heads, as Alina said earlier, what photographer in their right mind would take a photo of a fugitive and her fugitive children?
They're still out there! Then I'm declaring war on the Resistance!
Who said all of them were a part of the Resistance? And also, why would you need to declare war on the entire Resistance? Wouldn't it be smart to allocate all of your resources to hunt Alina, Sonic, Manic, and Sonya? Since, you know, only they can overthrow you according to the prophecy.
Later.
Curse you, guitar riff! Sonic the Hoodlum.
I've heard that riff before.
And the medallions glow again.
Meet you back at the hideout.
See, this is a stupid move, because if he gets caught, all their loot is gone. Ah! It's Tamers!
What kind of place have you brought us
Oh wait, it's just a British prick.
I know there's a club.
See, Sonya has no problem with walking through the ghetto alleyways, but she has a problem with walking in a sewer, as we see in the next episode. Hypocrite.
I know there's a club around. I know that song.
It's not a song, it's a
Oh, wonderful. What song? Oh, wonderful. You drag me to the bowels of the city to hear imaginary music.
Imaginary music is some of the best, you selfish brat. Is the stage in a pit or something? How else would she come from that big a height? Oh wait, the Sega anti-physics program is running. Don't you just love it when the wall busts open like that?
Who are you guys?
We're your brothers.
You mean to tell me that you were able to deduce that these two stranger hedgehogs were your brother and sister based on 1 minute and 46 seconds of harmony? I can't quote the exact source, but I know that people in your dreams and visions are based on people you have actually seen. We can assume that he has essentially never seen Manic or Sonya, so is it safe to assume that this could have never happened? Or are hedgehogs in 3017 that much better than humans?
We're your brothers. We are?
Manic, oh sweet, sweet Manic. What a coincidence that Chuck and Farrell are taken just as the hedgehogs are busted for performing.
Your raids were very efficient. Luckily for you.
Why luckily for him? Were you going to roboticize Sleety if he didn't get it right? Why not roboticize Dingo? He's the Knuckles of the Underground universe.
Bring up Queen Alina's brats. Execute retinal scan.
A retinal scan, according to Wikipedia, is a biometric technique that uses the unique patterns on a person's retina blood vessels. With that said, how would you have been able to do a retinal scan to ID the hedgehogs? Because A, you don't have a modern picture of the hedgehogs. B, you're using Sonic Underground promotional images for your scan. And C, Sonic and Manic's eyes are closed in the video. Sonya's eyes are only partially in the footage. How in the world would you have been able to ID them?
It's them. Cross-search against all known citizens.
One match only.
The eyes in Sonya's portrait are looking at the camera in this shot. The eyes are looking to her left in the next shot.
Seize the girl, and Lady Windermere too.
Okay.
Farrell!
My parents were stolen and all I have is his rag cliche.
Citizens, you are under arrest.
Sonya gasps in horror before opening the door to see what the hubbub is all about.
Let go of me, you brutes!
Not one of them sees Sonya after she clearly opened the door.
Run, Sonya, run!
Lady Windermere looks pissed. Not horrified, but pissed.
Oh, no. Run, Sonya, run!
Ooh, pretty.
divert Sonya in this shot away from Sonya in the next shot.
Oh no!
How did you get away from a running robot that quickly? Did Robotnik build a street leading from the manor to downtown in the past 5 years? Cause in the shot before Lady Windermere was captured, we saw that there was no road whatsoever.
And they got my Uncle Chuck!
Good lord with these camera sweeps! Don't you just hate it when radioactive frogs show up unannounced? The Oracle's entrance spread the hedgehogs out in a circle, each separated by 120-degree gaps. But here they are in the next shot.
It's time for you to explore the power of your medallions.
Technically, they don't have any power as of this moment in time.
Are you ready to begin the journey?
Journey? What journey? We have to fight Robotnik.
And to fight him, you must make this journey of discovery and bonding.
They don't need to bond. They need to fight. Now let's go!
You have powers within you.
Except for Manic. Don't get his hopes up.
Powers which you will need to fulfill your quest.
In order for them to fulfill their quest, Alina needs to do the same. And 40 episodes and 18 years later, she's still delinquent on her duties.
Follow this map.
Where does the map lead to? Atlantis?
To work with each other. Follow this map. And remember, you must learn to work with each other.
It looks as if he's saying that as a question.
Manic was the one that gasped, but it came out as Sonic. And we have that all show long.
Come on.
And who is that?
Just some deadbeat snake.
We've got a long way to go.
Holy crap, he's lyric!
I'm all alone now.
Not a chance, sis.
You know what? I'm gonna take a sin away because of that moment right there. Now that the episode is done, a few more sins to wrap up. This episode starts a 3-episode arc that sets up the rest of the series, but the rest of the series fails to live up to the setup. Also the songs. Rockin' instrumentals, most of the time terrible vocals. Overall, they're well balanced. And the Oracle. What he does in this episode, he does during the entire series. You'll see in a few episodes of the show that the hedgehogs ask about Alina, but in summary, he always points the question back at them and never gives a definite answer. Did I mention that the Oracle was a dick? No. Alright. 3 sins for screwing over the hedgehogs. 1 sin for mentioning the prophecy to Alina in the first place. And 15 sins for every year the Oracle's prophecy screwed Mobius over at the time of the episode's occurrence. As a matter of fact, did the Oracle prophesize that Robotnik would take over? He probably did, but decided not to say anything because that is apparently the right thing to do. You know, if you think about it, Alina caused Chuck, Farrell, and Lady Windermere's demise. It's kinda how George Washington caused the American Revolutionary War. Just think about it.
Wow. This episode got 212 sins. Wait until I see the look on Tamer's face when he sees this.
Wow. Thank goodness he's not watching my TV shows.
Just you wait.